Hi everyone, this is Sharon. Welcome back. I'm here to do a review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But first, let me tell you this. This is February the 20th, President's Day. It got up to 70 degrees today. It was so warm, we're having an Indian summer, so I know I'm a little late. But these last few days, it's been so warm. I've decided to take advantage of it. I've been walking my dog a little bit more frequently, which is good for him because when the snow is so high, he's a chihuahua, he doesn't want to go out. So he's really enjoying the weather. But anyway, here's the review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 9, Episode 14, I believe. So the show opens up with Candy and her guests decide not to take the bus back to the airport, but wanting to get their own car because of the whole situation at dinner last night where they were all, talking about that someone said that she was a lesbian. She and her friend decided to take a car to the airport. I don't blame Candy. I wouldn't want to hear that mess again either. But it was so much tea spilled last night, and the tea was piping hot. They didn't even wait for the tea to cool off. So the girls start boarding the bus to go back to the airport. Sheree gets on, and she starts up soon as she got on. Sheree is so doggone shady this year. I don't get her, but I guess that's how she keeps her storyline, by keeping these girls at each other's throat. At some point, I hope they come to realize that Sheree is in the middle of all this like they did with Nene when Nene was keeping up a lot of shit, and they confront her ass about it. But right now, Sheree and Marlo, those helpers keeping a lot of shit up. She starts talking about the whole thing all over again, and the girls are really animated because they were shocked to find out that Candy may have had this relationship or relationships where she was inviting other women into her marital bed and flip-flopping them in and out, left and right. And Phaedra act like she still didn't know what was going on. Phaedra is the one that brought the conversation up. But Portia's so slow. Phaedra was the one that brought that to the table with Sheree and Portia. She was the one doing this smear and all this kind of stuff, and she thought the cameras was off. But the people were filming from behind the plant, and they caught what she said. Phaedra, you so shady. But I don't blame you in a way. If they don't bring it up, that you knew or that you brought this up, I wouldn't put myself in the middle of that. Cynthia's back in Atlanta, talking to her daughter, unpacking things and getting things organized. The house looks good. That's a beautiful house. Without even her, unpacking, Cynthia had beautiful things in her previous house. So I'm sure that this house is going to be gorgeous too. So Cynthia sits down, which this is so out of character for Cynthia. Cynthia sits down with her daughter and the other lady, and she starts telling them about the lesbian. They're both calling each other women who swim in the lady pond. But this is what I don't understand. You're sitting there, this girl is like, what, she's 17, 18, I guess she on her way to college, so. But her daughter looked like she want to crawl in the other lady's arms. She don't want to hear that. Cynthia, that's a conversation that you may have with that lady, but your daughter don't want to hear that, especially on TV, so people can throw that up in her face. Your mom, she was a lesbian too, or whatever. People are cruel out here. I would not have put that on film. They would have to take that off. But anyway, she's telling them everything that's going on, that went on, and all the details about somebody munching this out. I could not have that kind of conversation. My daughter's grown. I still wouldn't have that kind of conversation about myself, when she threw her part in front of my daughter. If she found something out like that about me, it would have been from someone on the streets or someone else. And if she asked me, I would have been truthful to her then. But to actually sit up there and talk about that stuff in front of my daughter, no. But Atlanta, the women in Atlanta are a lot different. You would think they're Southern and they're more conservative, but not this bunch, not this group of chicks. They are not conservative at all. Candy gets back to the candy factory. We're gonna save the big stuff for last. We'll talk about all this other stuff first. Candy gets back to the candy factory, and she's telling her people, you know, Don Juan and all them, what went down. And so she says, well, Marlo looks over at me and says, well, Candy, are you a lesbian? And she said, hell no. Where did you get that from? Portia said, who said that? They all said, who said that? Marlo threw Sheree under the bus. And Sheree totally came out and lied and made it look like Portia said that Candy was a lesbian. Portia didn't say that, but we know that the only thing Sheree wants to do is to keep some shit going. So, with her shady ass, because she's upset about this house she hasn't been able to move in. I heard she's in there now. So, kudos to her for the 3-year or 2-year wait to get in your house built from the ground up. And I heard it's gorgeous. Sheree threw Portia under the bus with a lie. Portia didn't do that. She said, or coming out of the closet as part of somebody else's conversation. And it'll get all disconstrued. But before the reunion, they're all going to be able to review these tapes, review what we've seen and how they edited it. And I think Candy might have a conversation with Sheree's ass. Kenya invites Cynthia to a spa or to a medical cosmetology place for her 50th birthday present. This is the 50th birthday present that she has for Cynthia. She's given her a session of vaginal rejuvenation. Now, vaginal rejuvenation is when they take lasers through a wand that goes up in your cooch, in your vaginal area, and they, laser it all the way around. It's supposed to make the area sensitive, shrink it a little bit. Say you get very intense vaginal orgasms from it. But here's my thing. Cynthia went along with this thing. But I would ask Kenya, girl, why you all up in my pussy and what's going on? What's going on with my coochie? She basically insulted her and tell her, well, since you're 50, I know that coochie can't be too good. Look, Kenya is not far from 50 herself. You could tell by looking at her. The girl has some years on her and some miles. And she's saying that Kenya's claiming that she's not that old. And no, she wouldn't need something like this. But here's my thing. Cynthia went along with it. It would not have been me up there. I don't care if somebody did pay for it, doing a vaginal rejuvenation, if I didn't know what it was or I hadn't researched it. So she went along with it, which really shocked me that she was going to do it. And that's that. She brought her sister Mallory with her. Mallory, they don't put a lot what that Mallory says on camera, so I don't know if Mallory went along with it or Mallory just sat there quietly not saying much. Look, I wouldn't do anything like that without first researching it. Cynthia, she it's nothing wrong with her. Probably nothing. I don't know if it's anything wrong with her cooch, but that's not why her and her husband separated. They separated because they were living separate lives, and she suspected that he was cheating on her. So Cynthia, there's nothing wrong with you, except for the fact that you let this girl talk you into some kind of major procedure that maybe you should have looked into first. Candy is in the studio, and she's in the studio with Riley. Candy wrote a song and she listened to everything Riley said, and she wrote this song for Riley to sing, and she called Riley in there to sing it. Riley didn't seem too happy about singing that song. Did you all notice that? She just looked like the first thing she said when they first asked her about wanting to go see her dad. She said, at this point, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's been so long. I don't have any feelings left or right about it. So, this is Candy's song to me, not really Riley's song. But Riley got in there and I love me some Riley. She's a sweet little girl. But this is the first time she's trying the song out. And there's a lot to be desired. Better late than never. It was like watching paint dry. Better late than never. And Candy said, Riley's first love is music or something like that. I'm paraphrasing. No, it's not. Not with this song now. She probably could get up there and sing some Drake or some Designer or Nicki Minaj, but she wasn't feeling this song, Candy. And for you to put that on TV and force her to sing it, unless she's going to come back and cut that song up, I believe in leaving the kids out of it. Let Riley and her daddy slowly but surely get to know each other in their own time. Right now, Riley is not feeling it. And she has told you guys, you know, at this time, it really doesn't matter. Now, maybe later on, she'll pick up on, maybe I should go and meet my daddy and talk to him. But other than that, I wouldn't force her. Did you all know Candy bought a new house? And I guess she's getting ready for this family she wants. Got some of it furnished. This is a big house. Too big for just her to be staying in. And this house is gorgeous. I love the stairway with the wrought iron rails. The size of the bedroom is gorgeous. I would make that my whole little area. I would put my touches on that, you know? That bedroom area. The whole house is just gorgeous, and Phaedra told her that much. And she looked so happy. You know, she's bouncing around there, showing her room to room. She just wants to have her own. She's happy to have that now with this house. And it's gorgeous. They say she paid 1.5 or something like that. 1.5 million for it. I don't care. The house is gorgeous. So, Cynthia is planning a fashion show to introduce cargo in Atlanta. She did it in LA at first. So now she wants to do an Atlanta fashion show. And this is a fashion show that she's thinking about featuring her daughter, Noelle, as one of the models. And she's going to give Sheree's son, Cairo, who's cute as hell, a chance to walk in this fashion show. So she's talking to her partner about it, and Sheree shows up. And the thing that Cynthia wants to do is help Sheree look at realistically what happens in the modeling world. Not just, you know, bring her son in, model, and pay him. They say Sheree need that money to get that house together. I forget who said it, but okay. But no, that's a joke. But, okay, so Sheree shows up. Sheree is there, so Cynthia introduced her partner. And she's telling Sheree, I would like for Cairo and Noelle to walk in this fashion show. And so Sheree starts seeing dollar signs. She says, is he going to be compensated? She's like, no, he will not be compensated. They'll get a backpack. So I guess she means they have a backpack where they have some goodies in it, probably some glasses from her cargo collection, belts, you know, some accessories, but he won't be getting paid. Probably Noelle won't either, because this is their first experience. And this is a Atlanta local thing. So Sheree's like, okay, well, and so Sheree's going to tell her, well, hopefully weekends is perfect. Now, Sheree's going to tell her when to throw the fashion show, because school is very important. So Cynthia tells her, well, I can't promise you that. That's not how it works. And she goes on to say, I couldn't tell Calvin Klein them, well, okay, I can only work weekends because I got this baby that's in school. No, she had to go when they said go and where they said go. So if Cairo is going to do this professionally, then he's going to have to learn the business. And he's learned it from the ground up. And the good thing about it, he has his mom's friend who owns this first, venue. So he should be all right, long as Sheree stays out of it. That momager shit, girl, we still waiting on She by Sheree. So, okay, we're not going to momager Cairo's career into the ground and become a laughing stock. Let the professionals, start him out. He'll start getting paid as soon as people start asking for him. Let's get to what everybody waiting for. The lesbian shit. Some of the bloggers the blogs are going crazy over this. So we all know that Kandi was told that Portia, suggested that she was in the closet lesbian. Well, so both of them, Kandi and Portia, decided to meet for lunch or meet at a restaurant and talk about it. So Kandi feels like Portia's throwing her stuff out there, but she's, throwing her private business out there, but she's not telling her part in it too. So they talk about them being at an after hours party. Kandi, Portia, and Todd. Kandi and Todd on the dance floor dancing, and Todd is behind Kandi, and Portia's in front of Kandi, and Portia reached out and kissed Kandi, and they kissed with tongue. Now Todd's standing there. The hell is going on here? I guess I don't know. And Kandi says that Portia whispered in her ear that she wanted to eat her out until she had an orgasm, until she came. And Portia said, that's a lie. I might have kissed you, but I wouldn't want to eat your rotten pussy. And Kandi started, then they went back and forth. So Portia's claiming that Kandi has a lady that she's been in a relationship with for 7 years, and that Todd is out here cheating on Kandi. Now, I've heard some rumors about this Todd thing, but that's all they have been, rumors, just a lot of gossip. When people find out you on TV, they try to throw monkey wrenches into your relationship. You don't even have to be on TV. That's just real life. There are certain people that would throw false monkey wrenches into your relationship. You guys know, just so they can get some mess started or see you guys stop being happy together. Well, Kandi threw back some stuff at Portia that she was a flopper for these videos, for these rappers. She was in these videos and she was, having sex with all these rappers and all kind of stuff. So they start going back and forth with all these accusations. So Kandi, once again, said that, you just mad because I didn't let you eat or you really did want to eat my pussy. And then Portia said, well, did I eat your rotten pussy? No, I never said that. That's something you making up. So to me, I feel like it's a little bit of truth on each side and a lot of embellishment on each side, on both sides. And so next week might be just as juicy. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you guys think? This is the question of the day. Who do you think is telling the truth? Or are you like me? I believe it's a little truth in all of it, and it's a lot of embellishment or fakeness in other parts of it. And I can't wait till Sheree gets caught with her and Phaedra with, Phaedra really the one started this rumor with that Shamira and that, all that kind of stuff. So tell me what you think down in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.